Chito, welcome. Thank you for pushing me to do this. This is going to be the first time that I'm doing this live session in English, and hopefully not the last one, but today was decided to do it because it's special for me. After 35 sessions, the 10th one for this second season, I wanted to do it in English with this special topic that means a lot to me. It should mean a lot to a lot of people because it's something new, not new. It's something that it's trend. Currently, a lot of companies, a lot of business are talking about digital transition. So this was important to me to start this English sessions because it was a topic that I've been handling for several years as a leader of Industry 4.0. One of the main topics that we achieve or we want to tackle is this kind of projects that can cover the digital transformation. And for a lot of people, there is always a question or the confusion about what is digital transformation, what it covers. Some of the people always say, okay, digital transformation is to convert something that you have on paper to an electronic device or to an electronic system. And that's not digital transformation. You're talking about digitization. Digitization is when you have something, when you convert something from analog to a digital. When you have a document, when you have something to capture on a system and becomes digital, that information. It's just transferring analog data to a digital data. That is digitization, or digitation, sorry. And then the other people says, okay, I have my electronic information. I already make that digitation topic. For me, digital transformation, it's now to play around with that information, to become more lean. My process, I can make more efficient activities by doing this. And you know what? That is not digital transformation. That is digitalization. You have the data and you are just doing the same thing, but you're trying to improve the process. It's that. It's just digitalization. Digital transformation, it covers from the customer to the customer. That means all your processing on a company, on your business, or even in a personal topic, you're covering from the beginning to the end the change of model. Transforming by using digitalization, by digitizing the information, you are covering all the phases of your process. In some cases, you are creating new business models. So now you are changing your process. Now you are becoming more efficient, and now you are also considering what the customer wants, what the customer needs, and how to achieve the needs of the customer. That is digital transformation. You are changing the whole concept of your business in some cases. And that doesn't mean that if you sell clothes, you are not gonna sell more clothes. No, that means that you need to find a way to fulfill the needs of your customer. Now with the pandemic, the customers are becoming more and more strict into what they want. They are more critical. You can lose a customer just by turning around because the customer doesn't evaluate your product or your activity or your task, and they want something better. The needs of the customer are changing constantly. So why we are not changing constantly? Why we are not adapting to these changes? And obviously to do that, you need to use technology now. Now the technology is more important because since a lot of people are starting with the pandemic, we're working from home, we're buying from home, and we're communicating everything from home, they needed to be well covered into all those tasks. For example, we are working right now from home and we need to have the proper tools to do our task, to accomplish what the other department needs, to accomplish what the boss needs or what the customer needs. Because at the end, all of those three that I mentioned are our customers. We are fulfilling the needs of our customers. So we need to assure that we are using the proper skills, the proper tools, and the proper information to accomplish what they want and what they need. So digital transformation, it's covering all of those topics. And we need to understand why it's so important, why we need to change. A lot of companies, business, departments were doing the change step by step during the last 10 years. But now, with the pandemic situation, a lot of them changed faster because it was necessary. You needed to cover the same task, but now in a remote way. And if the customer were asking faster things because obviously the time frames were cut. So now you need to cover the same things that they were asking a year ago or 2 years ago, but in a half of the time. Because since they were closed 2 months, 3 months, and the customer now wants next day shipments, now you need to cover those kind of things. You need to ask yourself, your business is prepared with the right tools to do that? Your business is ready to handle these kind of things? Obviously, in that part of the time of the pandemic, a lot of companies were doing that. And those that weren't doing that were just basically shutting down because the customer was moving so fast and they couldn't cover that need. So, but for those that are still surviving and they are not adapting or adopting any kind of tool, they need to start with the first step, that it is making the analysis of the business. If the business process and the business objective can be covered with any kind of tool, an electronic tool, a technology device or something, they need to see how to implement. And it is not on a separate implementation. Okay, I'm gonna use the tablets because I have tablets and I can do it. No, it's not only that. You can use a device, but your system or your process need to be reviewed to use your device in a proper way that the customer can catch what you are doing in a fast way, that you can that your customer feel cover or feel comfortable with the new way that they have to communicate with you, because also that's another topic with on the digital transformation. You're going to change the way you're communicating with your customer. You are not hand-by-hand communication or face-to-face calls, conversations with your customer, because you can't. The current situation is not allowing you. In the past, yes, for sure, and that's why you didn't think to implement a solution or a tool to do this kind of communication. But now, it's not suitable anymore. Your customer is not in front of you, but you need to communicate with your customer, and you need to present the project and the product that you need to give to the customer. Because, like I said, your customer can be someone that's going to buy you a topic, a tool, or a product, or can be a project, can be some project that you have to present to your customer. How can you present to your customer something that you built and you cannot present in person? Then you need to think how to do it. Maybe you need a smart glasses device and virtual device or augmented device for your customer, so they can see your product and they can feel your product or your project. You can have some building a project that you are doing, and you need to make feel the customer that what they are seeing is what they are going to buy. So for that, you need tools, you need technology, you need to find a way to use the right tool for this project. And for that, you need to make an analysis of what you're doing and how you're doing your process, because now it's going to change. Maybe with this change, you're going to cover a whole new group of customers that you were not considering in the past. Your business now also is going to change. Also, you need to put on customer shoes of what they want. Maybe you want to do a Zoom call and they don't want to call you, they don't want to do a video conference, but you are thinking that they want to call you in a video way, and they want to see you, but maybe they just want to see the product, because they are worried about how is everything going with the product and not with you. So those kind of things need to be analyzed. You need to consider also how to sell or how to touch the feelings of the customer. And by the customer, I mean your other department, for example. You need to deliver a document, for example, or a project to the other department so they can continue with the task. Maybe a tool that can reduce the time of the delivery and also cover part of the task of the other department. It's something that they are looking for, or they are not looking for, but it is something that they need, and they will feel appreciated if you are combining the effort, so both can win into this with this new tool or into this new process improvement, into this lean change and this new benefits. So you need to make the analysis of what you are doing, how you are doing, and how you want to be in the next weeks, months, or even years, because the time frames are being cut, like I said. So now you need to be faster. You need to be ready for the changes. You need to be ready for customers that, in some cases, they don't know what they want, but they want something that you are selling. So you need to try to cover all the needs. So it's very important to, at the first step, make the analysis of what is your current situation, how you want to improve, and where you want to be. And also, obviously, considering the customer. Once you have that, then you need to make the analysis of the tools and the technology that is currently available, what you want to buy, and also what is your budget, because maybe you want to buy a car and your budget is for a bicycle. How do you want to do that? There is no way you can cover that, but you can think and make the analysis, or even make some investments for the future, because if you're not doing that today, in 1 or 2 or 3 years, since you didn't do that, now you don't have a business to do it, or your customer cut half of your customers, your competition cut half of your customers, because they adapt the situation and adapt the technology to the current situation. They fulfill the needs of the customers that you couldn't fulfill. So you need to make, in the second phase, that analysis. What technology should I use, and how much am I capable to invest in the future of the business, in the future of the department, in the company, call it whatever. The size doesn't matter. Even if you are a small business or a small department, you need to analyze if you are initially in those 3 phases, what I mentioned, in a phase of digitization or digitalization, or now you're on a digital transformation, and what you need to do to accomplish one of those 3 things. And if you're in digital transformation right now because your business is very good, you already invest a lot of money in technology and you already invest into new tools, then you can go to the next level to be more deeply involved with the customer in a constant communication, in a live way that the customer can almost think what they want and you can be ready for what they want. Because always the customer is going to be faster and they're going to move in a fast way than what you're doing. So you need to be ready for the changes. And the culture is the third important topic. You need to embrace your company. You need to embrace the culture in your company on this new trip, on this new wave, you need to consider what also your employees need, your personal needs, because they are going to work for you and they are going to accomplish the customer needs. So they need to have the proper tools to do it. And they maybe want to work at home several days because they want to be with a family more days. Maybe it's not bad. Your business really needs that person's in your company, in your business, in your department all the time. You need to be with the just supervising or being a manager all the time with them there, because in some cases, yeah, sure, it's necessary because the way that the business is being handled needs certain people on the company. But you need 100% of the people there? Is it strictly necessary? It's something that you need to analyze. And that will give you also certain benefits. Your people will be happy. Your associates will be happy. That's one of the topics, because you are consider the needs of them. But also, you are saving on office, on space, on light, on electricity, on a lot of other things that are not directly to what you're producing, but at the end, it's a benefit that you can receive. So you need to think if you really need your people there. What are the needs? Maybe they want to go to the office the 5 days, but not all of them are available to do it. So you need to involve the people, involve the associates into this trip, into this analysis, what tools they consider, how they want to use it, where they want to use it. All those things you need to consider. Once you have all of those analyzed, then you can create a plan, and then you can start covering what you need. Now you know what you want to buy. Now you have the budget. Now you know what the strategy that you want to follow. And now the people are on the same ship as you. Now they are following you. Now you became a leader that they want to follow, and this strategy are going to make the business to grow. The department to keep covering those targets that you at the beginning define, and you also, that's another topic. The targets are going to be changing because now the market, the customer, the needs, and everything is changing so fast that the target that you think that you're going to have in 2 or 3 years going to be moving. It's not going to be the same. So now you need to be prepared to change the target constantly, to evaluate if your target are the real ones, and if not, change it. How? You can measure, because now you're going to have everything digitized. Now you're going to have digitalization to be making constantly analysis on your process, on your product, on your production. So now you can keep adapting based on the information that you already have. So now you are covering, and you are ready with this to fulfill the needs of the customer. And finally, remember, and this is very important for digital transformation, you always have to have your customer in the center of the concept. Your customer is gonna lead you to a certain direction, and maybe that direction is gonna change, but your customer, it's the one that you need to fulfill. Who's your customer? I don't know. That's what you need to analyze. Maybe you start with certain customer definition, and at the end or at the middle of the trip, you figure out that it is not the same customer that you defined at the beginning. You need to make either a new business concept or try to keep growing into this new business concept. So this is what is digital transformation in a very simple way. I'm not trying to make some fancy concept and some complicated topics, but what I want to share with you is that digital transformation is something that it is right now a reality, and we are moving on with that, and we need to adapt and keep adapting as the situation is moving. Once we come back to the normal world that we lived 2 or 3 years ago, the normal is not going to be the normal anymore. We are going to be in a different situation because the people already figured out that they can buy online, that there is no need to go to the supermarket for certain things. They can do it online. Obviously, yeah, certain topics that you need to go to the store and buy it. Or certain topics has to be fixed in person. But not all the things. Not everything can be face-to-face topic. So and also your employees already figured out that they can work at home, that they can handle the time. The schedules can be flexible. They can go certain days to the office and certain days don't. And there are companies that are willing to cover those needs. The question is, are you willing? And also, if you are willing to do it, when are you planning to start with this? Let me answer the question that Chito is asking me here on the Instagram session. How do you convince management to move into a digital transformation? It's a complex topic. And you made the same question in Spanish than in English. I remember very well because it's complex. Unfortunately, the change has to come from down into the change. And if they are not willing to do that change, then nothing is going to change. How can we convince? With facts and figures. At the end, you can show what you are winning now with your partners or with your business by working at home or by doing certain activities by using technology. You can convince them. Yali already mentioned, you can make the business case. You can convince them by showing them what is going to be the benefit, and also you can use the numbers that your competition has. Maybe they already start, and you can see by making the analysis of the market that they are growing so fast, or they are covering the needs of the customer faster than you. So maybe they are doing something, and then you need to raise the hand. You as a part of the team, it's your duty to raise the hand and say, hey guys, maybe we're doing something wrong, or maybe we can do something better by improving some things. So then we have the tools or the information to make the management notice that something needs to be changed. You have certain information that can help you to figure out that. And if not, then there is a risk always. If the business are not willing to make the change, then they have the risk to have no business at all. So that's why we need to make them know that they are maybe not doing something in the right way. So I hope I answered your question, Chito. And it's important, obviously, that if we are part of our business or a company, that we can raise a hand. Because if not, things are going to be the same. And yeah, sure, maybe we can live for the 5 next years by doing the same thing. But in certain points, we're going to be late to adapt. We're going to be late to convert to this digital transformation, to adapt electronic tools, electronic technology that can help us to keep growing, fulfilling the needs, and keep being better. So it's part of our task also to raise the hand and to complain, obviously, if something is not moving in the right direction. It's going to be part of the top management levels, or in some cases for the business owner to decide what to do. But at least you raise the hand and you are comfortable not comfortable, that's not, I guess, not the right way, but you are alert that something is not in the right way and you need to do something. You need to take care of something that it is changing and it is moving fast. So digital transformation, it's not a wish. It's not something fancy. Digital transformation is a whole process that you need to make and you need to analyze. And you need to adopt to your company, to your department, to your business, whatever you are, you need to make this change because the world keeps moving into that direction. If not, maybe, like I said, in 5 years, it's going to be so late that you're going to see how everyone already leave the street and you are just starting the process. But for that, it's late. Doesn't matter anymore. I want to thank everyone for attending this first English session. I hope it's going to be more about this kind of sessions. But I want to thank everyone to listen to me, and also invite those that are hearing me on my podcast or watching the rewind on YouTube, on this networks, on social networks, whatever you're seeing this or listening to this. Follow me for more sessions, follow me for more topics, and also you can comment, make some comments, make some recommendations, and we can also cover some topics if you want. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this special session, and see you for all the ones that are hearing me in this almost year. See you next week for another session of Hablemos Digital, and also for another session on talk about something. Okay, have a nice day, have a nice week, have a nice weekend, enjoy, and stay safe. Bye-bye.